All right, let's get to the Gulag. So Nancy Pelosi is another person. Can we give me a little Soviet national anthem? Nancy Pelosi is another person. Again, I think we keep accumulating a track record on this show of being like incredibly willing to give credit where credit is due. So, and also even in the relative, like, yeah, she needed to continue as House Speaker because the challenges to her, unfortunately, were to the right. I don't want that to continue onwards, obviously. But I'm not somebody who has any type of axe to grind about Nancy Pelosi other than just literally her politics and what she represents is like a structural problem. But I like the way she's handled Trump in some ways. There's many things to recommend Nancy Pelosi. And I want to even table that in contrast to the substantive things we disagree about with the thing that we're about to talk about, which was just fucking garbage, right? Like, There's like a scale here. There's like, give your credit due to people whom you might disagree with. Then realize, like, you know what? Nancy Pelosi does not back single-payer health care. You better recognize that and be ready to marshal forces in opposition. And then the third, where it's like, this is just snaky bullshit that she did about the Green New Deal. So first she snubbed Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, both having a specific subcommittee on the Green New Deal and also getting her on the committee that would have oversight on these issues. Now, Ocasio-Cortez has announced with Ed Markey an ambitious, it's like a 5-page blueprint. It's not policy yet, and that's fine. It's goal, it's vision, it's purpose. And that's exactly where we're at right now. It's parameter redefining. And one of the problems with the Green New Deal is that everybody uses the term. Mike Bloomberg's out talking about a Green New Deal. And just at the moment that we need to clarify it and say exactly what it is, which is a democratic, socialist, humanist vision to how to deal with the urgent crisis of our ecology, Nancy Pelosi muddies the waters by saying, the direct quote is she basically said, everybody's enthusiastic and we welcome the enthusiasm that is out there. Unfortunately, do you remember this off the top of your head, Brie, what the full quote was?
What the full quote was?
Or
no, she was asked what she thought about Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal.
Right.
And she referred to it flippantly as the green dream or whatever. I think that's pretty close. The green dream or whatever. Yeah, she said
the green dream or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody supports it. So, Brie, break down why this is so snake-like and bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So the irony is here we're talking about saving the environment.
Right.
And Nancy Pelosi has just given us some more trash.
I like it. I totally accept that one.
I mean, can you be more petty and dismissive? She's coming off of a week where she is being really hyped up. Maybe this is the issue. She got a lot of accolades following the State of the Union for standing up to clap. I think at that moment they were actually clapping that socialism is bad.
No, that was bipartisanship.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She did clap for socialism is bad. And by the way, and I just have to say this tangentially, I am so fair and often supportive of Elizabeth Warren. She stood up for that, and that was trash. Please go ahead.
What did you say about this, Elizabeth Warren? She was sitting in the front of a row, and I wonder if she would have stood up if she had seen that everyone behind her was like a lot of people were still sitting down. There's that thing where you have to be the first one. You can't like judge what other people are doing.
It doesn't speak well of it either, though.
No, it's not leadership ability.
Right. It's not leadership there. Yeah, but no, I think you're right.
But on a human level, I was like, oh, I've definitely done.
But you know that Bernie could be literally the only person in that room. He's just like,
oh yeah, he was sitting down writing notes in the back of that Manila folder to give the great response that he gave.
I was so boss. Yes.
But yeah, to understand that this young woman has started talking about this issue not even like a month ago. She's been in the job, 5 weeks? Yep. That immediately after, on her first week of work, she storms into Nancy Pelosi's office, which is maybe why she has a bit of a chip on her shoulder, with the Sunrise crew to advocate for a Green New Deal. And immediately the thing has 84% popularity across the board. Both parties like it. And then on the day that she announces a more concrete plan, when the whole world is talking about it and both Ocasio-Cortez and the Green New Deal are trending on Twitter, to let the words green dream or whatever come out of your very well-maintained face Like,
that
it's
was
just
a
so
very
petty.
It was so petty that I'm gonna have to give snarky Twitter its due and say it was mad Lucille Bluth. Like it really was. Like
it was. She's like a caricature of herself at this point. It doesn't
and the
have to be this way,
elevation,
Nancy.
Totally doesn't have to be this way. And also just the juxtaposition of the politics of America's just objectively most important, most prominent young politician talking about how to solve in a systemic and effective way one of the most defining sort of systems crisis of our time with, you know, this other segment of politics who thinks that like the sort of height of politics is like caption this meme. I mean, that really spelled it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately, and again, I feel like Trump here, but I've been very fair to Nancy. She's going to need to go in the Gulag this week, and she is going to need, I would suggest, actually, there might be some good projects that she could get involved in the Green New Deal. Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, Kamala Harris, to her credit, knows better than this. Like,
She
someone
does.
obviously told
Yes.
her under no circumstances should you besmirch Ocasio-Cortez, because she was on The View a week or two ago.
Yep.
And Meghan McCain set her up with a question like,
Meghan
what do
McCain
you
was
think?
having one of her panic attacks. Like, she's doing socialism, and I'm freaking out because my dad gave me several houses, and I want all of them, and I'm really, guys, this is scaring me.
Yep. She was freaking out about the marginal tax rate business.
Yep.
And she tried to bait Kamala Harris with a question, and Kamala handled it very well. She's a promising young woman. I'm really excited about her ideas. The country's behind her. That's great.
And the other thing actually and unfortunately, I mean, she totally reversed herself on this. So, you know, she loses 80% of her credit. But the question that she got on single payer at the CNN town hall, the fact that she had an instinct to basically just be like, look, we're done with this bullshit,
Get away with all that.
was
Get rid of all that.
so good.
Yeah.
So she does display some very good instincts sometimes. You just enjoyed that Michael Brooks Show video, and you can get a lot more by subscribing to us here at the Michael Brooks Show YouTube channel. It's literally right there.